Okay, I'm here with head coach Drew Richards, Nigel Verdier, Clay Watson. A 113 to 110 victory against Southern Wesleyan tonight. Game went to double overtime, just turned into a track meet from the opening tip. Coach, a really hard-fought win, your opening thoughts from today's game.
Yeah, we were trying to avoid the track meet part. Sometimes you're subjected to the pace of play if you don't start dictating it yourself. And that's what happened at times in that game. But, that was a great college basketball game. Southern Wesleyan, I told these guys, and I don't think they believed me until we played the game, pound for pound, individually, that's the most talented Southern Wesleyan team I've ever seen. They hit more tough shots tonight. And the messed up thing is, like, the scouting report things we wanted them to make, like we wanted them to shoot, they made most of the night. Yeah. So that was a little frustrating because they're so good with the big fella in there. You kind of want to keep them out of the paint. But then there were a lot of times that they made one-footed floating runners, run off the dribble threes, and it was just – so, the defensive field goal percentage isn't pretty. But I think our guys showed a lot of toughness and a lot of heart because that was an absolute battle most of the game. And there were some bright spots. There's a lot of stuff we can learn from and get better at. But overall, I was really proud of how we gutted it out at the very end.
For the players, how do y'all describe just the roller coaster of a game like that?
I'll say with a team like that, every possession matter, like offensive, defensively, and honestly, we just gotta stay together and do what we know is best.
Yeah, basically what he said.
Quay, you hit a lot of free throws in overtime, double overtime, 10 for 10 for the game. So, take me through kind of the mindset as you're in those big spots trying to hit those important free throws late.
Really? We work on those a lot, so it really wasn't nothing. Like I shoot those shots every day, so it was just like I was in the gym by myself for real.
Coach, how clutch was that? What he did at the free throw line?
Making free throws typically helps you win games, and I think we learned that from our last game. And they were making free throws at a very high clip, so I was happy that we bounced back and were able. In OT, which is a lot of Quay, we shoot 92% from the free throw line, which is how you put teams away. I was proud of that. It was a lot of foul calls, so we had to make free throws because there was a lot of fouls, and if you don't make free throws when there's a lot of fouls, it usually doesn't end up well for you.
Yeah. What was different for anybody? What was different about this game compared to the 1-point loss the other night?
I'll say this game, first of all, we was at the house, so we felt more comfortable being home, being in the gym. We playing every day. And honestly, we can't lose back-to-back, especially with a coach like this. So we looking at each other like, nah, we got to come out with this dub, no matter what, honestly.
I think one thing is we handle the ball better. 14 assists, 9 turnovers is way better than what we were in the last game. I think we were 7 to 15. So that's impressive. Obviously, it helps. Sean Burris and Dallas Whitney combining for 9 assists, 1 turnover. That helps us retain possessions. Rebound margin, we're proud of that. But the other thing I think that was the difference is, in OT, they shot a high percentage for the game, but in OT down the stretch they shot 41%. Which is that's our goal. We want to keep them under 42. So that ended up helping us push it out. And they ended up they were 4 assists, 16 turnovers. So we did a good job turning them over. That's not something we typically do, but we did a good job turning them over.
And way back 2 hours ago, the first half, especially the last 15 minutes or so, they were pretty dominant, especially getting in the paint, rebounding, etc. First 10 minutes or so of the second half, they went on a big run to get back in the game. So what was kind of the shift there at halftime?
I challenged us at halftime because I thought that we weren't communicating enough on the defensive end and we weren't as engaged. And that's kind of how the second half started. And we can't, against a team like Southern Wesleyan who's so dangerous because at any point they can make a crazy shot. And I told the guys that. One of the keys of the game was next play mentality because they're going to dribble 8 times and make a crazy 3 and they're going to celebrate. And we've got to get to the next play because we know they can make tough shots. But I think we got kind of caught in their style of play with going one-on-one, trying to attack somebody off the dribble without getting their teammates involved. And that's their style of play most of the time. It's not our style of play. So whenever that end starts affecting our defensive mentality and communication, that's when we start being not a good basketball team. So we have to find ways to avoid that. Playing our style, we got to get back to playing our style of basketball and getting stops. We can't make it a game of scoring against each other because teams like that they don't really worry about defense as much as they'll just score. They'll score against you. So we've got to get back to playing Braves basketball more consistently. Get back to 40 minutes of it.
And this was already the first of a 3 and 5 day stretch. Now it becomes a 50-minute game. what does that do for y'all over the next few days, preparing for Leeds McRae and also eventually Mount Olive?
I mean, you don't really have time. Now I told the guys after our last game, like, we don't have time to get you up and run you or do rebounding drills for 2. We don't have time to do that. Like, it's got to be a locker room thing that we have to make the decision to do the things that lead us to success. So, as much as I'd like to break down film and show them all this stuff, we can take a peek at it. But I mean, we got a game coming up on Monday, so the biggest thing is resting these guys, making sure they're taking care of their bodies, making sure they're taking care of their minds, and then getting back tomorrow when we wake up and getting ready for the next one.
Nigel, I mean, you're one of the leaders of this team, whether it's, scoring or just one of the vocal leaders. How important is it for you and then also for the guys just to kind of maintain your composure going through that overtime? I mean, you guys are just kind of riding a roller coaster of emotions and obviously came out on the right end of it.
Honestly, I've one of the two, me and Vontae, two that been here the longest. So a lot of the team looks up to me. So I know what it takes to win. And so I just do it. Just try to voice it to my team and be the leader on the court and just spiral it down to 05.
And then, Coach, Alumni Weekend, how important is it, at least bringing all these guys back to Pembroke to let them see a big win like this? Obviously a roller coaster, but
Yeah. I mean, we're always thankful for our alumni base and supporters. I mean, I told these guys they're the reason we're able to do the things we are with travel, we're scholarships, things like that. And obviously, like, because of the change of date, we didn't have as big a crowd as we typically do. But the guys that were there, I was really happy to see some faces I haven't seen in a while. I mean, without that support, without our alumni base, there's no lifeblood in this program. So we owe a lot to them. So I'm glad we gave them maybe too fun of a game. I'm glad it was really entertaining for them, but I'm also glad we won because that's ultimately what matters.
all righty. Quay, you got anything? All right, that's it. Thank you guys.
Thanks.